What I'd like to turn now to is Patrick, because you are in a place on Martha's Vineyard, which, by virtue of its geography, people do think of themselves very significant ways as a community, but yet you still perceive a need for a different kind of community building service. Can you talk a little bit about that? What you're bringing that isn't being brought by, say, the two existing weekly newspapers on the island?
There are two existing weekly newspapers. There's an island radio station.
Mm-hmm.
There is a public radio station that just came out. There are town meetings that occur. The civic engagement is rich and vital to the community. However, the institutions of the community don't necessarily serve the people of the community because they can't respond to economic pressures quickly enough to be able to transform the real structural issues that are facing people, which are cost of living, cost of housing, cost of food, the ability to retain a job and maintain a social being in the community. So the idea with vineyardvoice.org is to build a story base and a conversation that enables those stories to rise to the surface. The story of someone trying to create a CSA, someone trying to recreate a cod fishery, someone trying to understand how they have worked for 23 years to afford a house and finally through a lottery can build their own house. So the idea is that there are a lot of pressures that can be personalized so people don't get locked into them, that they don't lose themselves in them. And so the idea of the Voice is to create an issue-based kind of organ that can bridge these stories. And it revitalizes the conversation on the island and in a way that people start to feel less impacted and stressed by the circumstances that they're in, their economic condition, and more collectively engaged in a story that they can sustain. It's an ongoing process, and it's a new medium, and the culture is in itself, as I said, very civic, and engages these conversations in a very personal and social way. So they're adept at understanding how to do this, but the pressures are transforming them, and the medium is not the medium isn't the issue. It's a vehicle for conveying the stories that are already existing, and they create them. They initiate and create those stories. So it's a as I said before, it's a bridge building or a network building process.